Hi, we're back at the post and beam revival. It's been about a week since we've had possession and started a little bit of movement here in this renovation. I'm going to recap you of the few things that happened this week. We're still very much in a planning kind of phase. And we'll also go over a few details in some rooms. What's staying, what's going, what do we think is going to change as far as the renovation goes in all of these different areas. So this week we started with just some very light demo, very strategic demo. What we did is we took cabinetry out. There's a ton of cabinets in the kitchen that are not original and not a great layout anyway. And I really love in a renovation to be able to repurpose these things, to not necessarily put it in a dumpster or pay demo crews to take it away, but there's plenty of people who are happy to have some used cabinets to put into a rental, put in the garage, put in the basement. That's exactly what we've done. So we've gotten some demo done lightly, started in the kitchen where all that stuff is going to be reused, and we also have taken out a large amount of cabinetry that was in the basement. The weird island here with the cooktop has been removed. We've got the gas line and an electrical line there. This is important to see though. When I talk to my clients about renovations in their kitchens, we are frequently guessing and sometimes trying to tell whether the flooring that someone put in the kitchen actually continues underneath the cabinetry that's there. And sometimes it's really difficult to tell. Sometimes you can't reconfigure a kitchen without also doing the flooring. This is a great example of that, where the flooring theoretically should have been there, and surprise, it's not. Doesn't matter in our case because none of this flooring is staying. It's 3 different mismatched tiles. It's not the style we want, and it's not in great condition anyway. After being away for the day or so that they started taking things out of the kitchen and then coming back, I was actually really excited to see how much larger this space feels. Just having that big, like 4-foot island taken away and just having these wall cabinets down, this space already feels so much bigger than it did. Couple interesting things here where you see these different floor tiles. This little area where it changes to a different tile is actually a small addition. That part of the house used to be a little cubby of storage in the garage, which is on the other side of this wall. And when they renovated this in like the late 80s, early 90s, they incorporated that space into this kitchen to make it larger. So I think that's a really interesting choice. And I have probably in mind like 2 or 3 different layout ideas here. And this is one of the kind of spaces I have to see this drawn in plan to really begin experimenting with figuring out what the best layout in this space is. I can completely keep the kitchen over on this original side, but I'm toying with different ideas about opening toward the den or not, opening some wall space toward the best room in the house, which is that great room with all the floor-to-ceiling windows. That is a possibility here. One thing I'd love to be able to incorporate in a house of this size is a little tucked away kind of mud room right here off of this garage door, which doesn't feel great coming right into a kitchen. It would be nice for those kind of things to have a contained space in this kind of a house. And I'm also experimenting with the idea of the kitchen kind of sliding down this direction. You could have a wonderful galley style kitchen that extends past this little Eden nook and then push your little Eden area over here. Moving into the great room. When I bought this house, I was hopeful of 2 things in this room that you would typically see in this mid-century style house. One is you would often see the wood cladding, that built this house. It would be exposed between these beams and often really a beautiful feature. So we did some light investigating this week. That's why we have this ladder here, looking in these areas where we have some holes cut already anyway for electrical. We can't tell. I don't believe there was any exposed wood that was ever here. This appears like it was always plaster or drywall, which is unfortunate because I think that would have been a great detail to uncover. I'm hoping there will be money in the budget that I can plank in between all of these beams, because I think that would take this really beautiful room to the next level. The second thing I was hoping to uncover is some kind of cladding or brick at this fireplace. What is more typical in a mid-century house is that these kind of materials continue from the outside to the inside. We've got brick all along this exterior. I would have expected to see that same exact brick on the face of this fireplace. And we did some very light investigating. Right now, I don't know if you can tell on camera, we've got kind of a textured wallpaper here. But while trying to pry this off, what we actually felt like is back there is wood paneling. And in some cases, it looks like there's nothing there at all. Like there was never brick, or if there was, at some point, someone through renovating chose to take it all down. That's another unfortunate thing. However, not knowing what was gonna be there, I definitely put money in the budget to do something to make this fireplace more of a feature. All right, we're in the den. It's a beautiful room in this house with the parquet floors. The parquet floors are staying. They run through the den, the family room, the foyer, and down the hall on the main level. So we're definitely preserving and refinishing those. People often see paneling like this, and on camera it can look really rich in this kind of room, but this is not real wood. This is not high-end finish. So I do plan to actually remove all the paneling in here. That would be necessary anyway to cut the necessary holes to do a full house electrical rewire. And because this entire built-in is made out of and made to look like this paneling, which is not staying, this entire built-in situation is also going to come out. I'll be curious to find out if these floors continue under there, and if not, we might be building in something additional, maybe a little more contemporary here. But this is not in excellent condition anyway. Multiple holes cut through the actual paneling and even through the studs in the wall for someone to originally put their big box TV in there. So this entire room is going to change quite a bit. This staircase, along with its railings, are original. I don't know if you can tell, but this amount of space is nowhere near today's building code standards, where we need to limit it to 4 inches so a child can't fall through this. So this is not safe to begin with. This whole area is going to need to be updated. And I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I've been starting to look through some new staircase and railing ideas that I think would really complement the house and be a feature when you walk in the front door. All right, in the hall bathroom here, this is actually going to be a full gut. And I discussed new layout ideas for this space. I'm gonna link in the description below a short video that I filmed earlier this week about how I plan to reconfigure this space. I'm in one of the secondary bedrooms here on the ranch level, and probably hard to tell through video because these floors look pretty nice, but these are actually a faux wood pergo style floor. I'm not sure what used to be in here, but I do plan to remove the floors in both of these 2 bedrooms that have this flooring to replace it with real wood. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be following along the renovation every week, along with all the design plans and the design choices.